Hey, what's up? It's Bond, and today I'm going to talk about Mass Effect. Kind of. First, if you like Mass Effect, if you like my channel, if you like the content I make, both here in the podcast and my stream, please consider becoming a YouTube member. It's a good way for me to help justify the time I spend on this stuff, and it helps me upgrade the hardware and stuff like that. Right now, the goal is a new camera. So I can record these videos and I guess for some reason have this mug be a little bit clearer. For the actual video, what I want to get into isn't speculation or any hype or anything like that. I just kind of want to talk about where I'm at and where maybe I feel like some of the community is at when it comes to the next Mass Effect game. Mass Effect 4, 5, next, whatever you want to call it. We're not having that discussion today. But what we can talk about is how it is hard being a fan of a franchise when you're looking so far ahead that it could be easy to miss things right in front of you, whether it's games that are coming out this month or this year or in the next year or two, or even, personal life events and things like that. So when it comes to Mass Effect, the last N7 Day was interesting because in the lead up to N7 Day, if you're paying attention to my channel, I'm making videos, I'm speculating, we're doing streams, and we're talking about everything we think that they could show us. We're coming off of the 2022 N7 Day, which actually gave us a lot to talk about for a long time. We're even looking back at 2021, but especially 2020 of that N7 Day trailer, or the Game Awards trailer, where now there may be revelations that there was more to that than we thought before. And then the 2023 N7 Day hits, and for me it's been kind of weird. We're a couple months out, and like last year, I was making videos left and right about the 2022 N7 Day. Because there were things to discover, speculate on, and things like that. And I just don't feel like that right now. I think the little trailer was interesting that they showed us, and I don't love the way that they released it. I think that was kind of a bait and switch a little bit, not in the worst way, but just it wasn't that satisfying. We had the poster come out, which I think the poster actually from last year's N7 Day was really probably the most significant news because of what it showed in the little bar scene that we've all been carefully looking at, and then the blog, of course. I think the specter that hangs over the last N7 Day was how in the subsequent days and maybe even a couple weeks, mostly from Jeff Grubb, we had these rumors that maybe the next game may not be even considered to be coming out until 2028, 29, maybe even 30. And that we went from, at least myself, and it seems like a lot of the people who pay attention to my content and stuff, thought maybe this game was, 2 or 3 years away, to the prospect that it's 5, 6, 7 years away. And, a game that's 2 or 3 years away is a game I think to pay attention to and be excited about and speculate about. A game that's 6, 7, years away, that's such an eternity in gaming. Even 2 or 3 years is, but especially that long. And so it's been weird. I admittedly, I haven't even been playing Mass Effect recently. I'm on my Tarkov stuff. That's a whole different video probably. I feel like I'm in a weird spot. And so yesterday I posted a tweet asking Mass Effect fans, like, hey, where are you at? Like, how you feeling? And I got a few responses, and they were all kind of what I'm feeling. Some of them were a little more pessimistic than I. Some of them were pretty much on the same, place. But no one was like, oh, I'm super hyped, I can't wait. It was all like, I'm excited, but, or there were some people who straight up were like, I don't think it's going to happen, which, is always possible. So this year, in 2024, we do have Dragon Age Dreadwolf likely releasing. We're at least getting a big info dump in June, according to their own blog on Dragon Age Day. I believe that was in December. And I think it's likely that game comes out probably in the fall or winter. And then maybe it's time to get a little more excited. I have to admit that, the rumors that Jeff Grubb put out, according to things that I've heard and checked out, and he's been not the most consistent, I think, from my own. When they did those layoffs over the summer, he cited how big the studio is, and I don't think he was right. I think he was actually like pretty substantially wrong about that. And him, as well as a lot of other former journalists and so on. I think there's been kind of a shift to entertainment and clickbait for some folks when it comes to news and rumors, and less about like doing like hard journalism. And I'm not necessarily accusing him of that, but I do think that a Jeff Grubb or anyone in that position who is writing for a game news website is going to treat things different than working for a place like Giant Bomb, or one of these more like entertainment focused places. So, but maybe he's right. Maybe his speculation or the rumors that he said he heard that this game is 6-7 years away are true, and that just kind of even more complicates this issue I'm dealing with, and I'm sure a few others are as well. Now, I think it's fair to not be over dramatic about all of this. It's just a game. Maybe it'll come out one day, or maybe it won't. At the end of the day, it's going to be fine. There's other games that will come out. People are excited about Exodus and some of these other games that have kind of captured or inspired that that feeling that we once had for Mass Effect, or maybe still do. But I'm still pretty on the Mass Effect train. It's I'm kind of gearing up to do a new PC run with a bunch of new mods. To kind of check out some of the cool stuff people have been putting out in the last year or so since I did my last mod run. And it's a thing I really want to talk about again. I just kind of need something to push me over the edge. A lot of commentary from a lot of people in those responses to my question was, I don't want more vague hype about this next game. And that's definitely how I feel. Again, I had some theories and stuff about this next game from the 2020, 2021, 2022 trailers and reveals and blogs and stuff. I had some theories that I was like pretty sure about. Like, I didn't think that they were going to be dead on and perfectly right. I don't think that, and I never did, that I had discovered the next game and what they were going to do. But I thought I had put together some pretty reasonable thoughts and expectations for the next game, and this last N7 day, for all intents and purposes, blew all of them up completely. they really made me question or just stop even considering basically everything I was thinking before. And in some ways that's a good thing. It would be a bummer if everything I was predicting was actually true about the next game, and it was like no surprise and all of that. At the same time, what they seem to be potentially insinuating with this last N7 day and some of the things they showed us with the time frame the game could take place in, the fact that it may involve multiverses or time travel or wormhole travel, which can encompass both of those things. That was kind of hard to deal with, whether it's an ego thing that I was wrong, or that I'm probably wrong about some of my predictions, or the kind of negotiating side of me that's like, well, some of the stuff I thought could still be right. At the end of the day, we don't know anything. And when I see the sentiment from people being like, I want concrete information at this point, I can appreciate that. It's, this game has been getting teased since 2020, even a little bit before. That's 4 years already, almost. And if the game really isn't coming out for another 5 or 6 years, you're talking about an almost decade that people are going to be waiting for this game. And I think you may see a pretty big window open up where people are like, I'm good. I don't need to hear more about that game until like it has a release date. You'll still have people like me and probably Halton, Big Dan, Kala, and everyone else still doing, videos and speculating. And, I've had my eye on everything where, on hiring and things like that to see if I can suss out anything to talk about. And it's been pretty radio silent. Even Mr. Mike Gamble has been relatively quiet and tease free lately. So maybe that's a good thing at the end of the day. Either way, I don't know. I just wanted to get on here and riff a little bit, maybe get some of your comments down below to kind of get where you're feeling, to kind of supplement some of those answers I got on Twitter and on social media. And I just wanted to get this out there. So let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how you're feeling. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want more of this kind of coverage, whether it's Mass Effect or BioWare stuff, or just games in general, please consider subscribing to the channel, becoming a YouTube member if you really like what I have going on and you want to support it. I am Bondiesel all over the internet. You can find all of my other content and links and such in a link in the description, including my podcast and my Twitch stream and so on and so forth. That's all I have for this one, so until next time.